And a quick visit with Red River United Teachers Association President Jackie Lansdale. Hey, Miss Jackie, how are you today? Thank you for joining us.
I'm great, and how about you?
Well, Aaron had the story a couple of times this morning about the walk-in that you guys...
On my way to North Caddo this morning.
And you guys are going to do that. And I asked Aaron sort of, because, we've had a few conversations over the last 30 or 45 days about certain union displeasures. But this is not one of those. This is more of a rally and not a protest, right?
It really is about both things because, quite frankly, this is the public's education, and in that vein, you have to be able to recognize the value of public education and to make it valuable. And to make it valuable, you have to support the school and the children. You do that by supporting the people that provide the services, which are the teachers and the staff.
So pardon me.
Awareness of what public education brings to society.
Let's look at a half-empty glass. What are you upset about?
We're upset about the fact that our new teachers are the lowest in the region. And we know that creates a huge turnover, which turnovers are costly. And we know that anything along those lines make a huge sucking noise right out of our pocketbooks. And so we just want to make sure the public understands it's incredibly important that we staff our schools with the most qualified people out there. But you have to be willing to fund to do that. We do not do car washes and bake sales.
It also comes in a little bit. The school board's going to vote on increasing your health insurance costs. You obviously want to draw attention to that as well.
Absolutely. And the reason we want to draw attention to that is the fact that, once again, and I know I heard that somebody say, well, it's going to be an average of $10. Well, if you're a school bus driver and you're making the square root of zip, $10 is a whole lot of money. And, and maybe that's not much to somebody that's making, into the several $100,000, but to somebody driving a school bus, to a teacher's aide, that's huge. To a single mom that may be teaching and having two other jobs, that's huge.
Just about a minute or so, Miss Jackie. Thank you very much for joining us again, by the way. So let's assume that the school board says, yep, costs, medical costs going up, insurance costs going up. What do you do then?
We continue to bring attention to where we are. We cannot look away. The fact that our schools are dependent upon the services of teachers and school employees, and that we're seeing a chronic turnover rate. We're seeing classrooms that go filled by substitutes, whether they be long-term or day-to-day. And typically we see a lot of that happening in our at-risk schools. That is just something that we find as people that support public education is intolerable. This is a wonderful school district. Urban, 95% stay in there. It serves everybody, and that's what I wanted to express that with this walk-in, the schools we chose to do it with. What we want is for the community to join with us and celebrate what we do so well, and if we recognize where we need to shore up, and that is in making sure we have qualified staff in our classrooms and not having a bleed every single year.
Is this insurance premium increase enough of an issue that you would say you might call on teachers to do a walk-in or a sick day or something like that, walk out rather, or call in sick?
Aaron, I'm just going to tell you, like I've said before, nothing is off the table because we believe it's just that important. We hope that this district recognizes, and we're beginning to hear them talk about the possibilities and things, but the fact is, it is dependent upon the board to exercise their authority and exercising their supervision of the budget to ensure that teachers and school employees receive a pay increase. So nothing's off the table. The insurance was just another blow by this administration and this board saying, in what we consider a very callous way, that, okay, this is insurance over on this side, and it's not going to really bother us, so it really shouldn't bother you. That is very unfortunate.